Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Monday night. We gave a few minutes for some people to get in here in the chat. I'm running a little late tonight due to some car troubles. But y'all know about that. Y'all have cars. It's not always easy. Let's see if anybody comes in tonight. Everybody's probably back to work. We're getting pretty close to being back to work. I see somebody's in the chat, or somebody's in the room, somebody's in the stream. Dan Keller, welcome to the stream. What's going on, brother? I missed you last night. I thought for sure you'd stop by the Redneck Metals auction. Tonight's topic. What did I set tonight's topic to? That's a good question. I think it's things to pour. Yeah, things to pour. That's right. We're talking about pouring things, making things, creating. Can hear my dog in the background, I'm sure. Hey, don't be sorry, my man. Spend time with your brother. Got to do what you got to do. Can't always be on the tube. First of June. I saw two people then. Somebody left. They didn't want to hang with me and Dan here in the stream all alone. So what do you think, Dan? You got any ideas of some stuff I should try and pour? Hey, what's going on, Value Hunter? Caffeinated Christy. That's a new name. Welcome to the stream. Where might have you come from, Caffeinated Christy? Perry Art 420. I did, Perry Art. Thank you so much. I will get your piece in the mail. Value Hunter, I still need to, yeah, if you can, friends and family, that would be great. The total was what? 101? 101. Caffeinated Christy said, I've been around. Yeah, 101, Value Hunter. 101. With the shipping. Got to pay that shipper. Tonight we're talking about pours. What kind of pours would you like to see? I got to come up with 5 for this month. So trying to come up with some ideas. I got an idea for one thing, but that's not going to happen for like 4 months. For my Redneck Metals channel bar. I got that idea already. I just got to hash it out. You spent some, yeah, you might have spent some shots in the game piece attempts. I did send out your 40% Counterstruck $50 today, Value Hunter. It's in the mail. I finally got all that. I went through all that mess, and I think I only got 2 things left to send out, and that's because I don't have addresses. Caffeine Christy says, Tracy, Tommy, Todd, a lot of lives I go to. Awesome. Well, welcome to the stream. Hey, David Carlisle, welcome to the stream, man. Parrot says, I'm buffering because my internet modem. My internet modem. Oh, goodness. Need to get an upgrade. Guy Hunter says, I have 2 envelopes from you. We'll unbox as soon as I get a free sec. Gotcha. Yeah, man, I try to stay on top of that, and sometimes I send so much stuff out I don't even know. That's crazy. So yeah, tonight we're talking about pours. What kind of things would the community like to see me pour? Some ideas. Value Hunter, you're part of the of that community. You like the poured stuff. You were at the auction yesterday. What would you like to see me attempt to pour? Caffeine Christy says coffee. Yeah, I know I could use some coffee. Seriously. And coffee on this channel is brought to you by Dan Keller. He makes everyone caffeinated. Coffee might be in my future for sure. Had to deal with some car troubles tonight, but I'm getting her in. We're here. We're hanging out. Battleship, nope. Bradley Heights doing Battleship. Red's doing chess pieces. My next game though is going to be electronic Monopoly. That's my next game after the Sorry game. As long as the Sorry game goes down on Thursday night at 9 o'clock, and as long as it actually works out the way I hope it does, it's going to be interesting trying to set up the camera. I'm going to have to do a little pre-game setup and try to do like a run through on Wednesday offline, just try it out. But yeah, I'm planning on doing Monopoly game pieces for the electronic version, which includes there's a T-Rex, a dog, a car, something else. There's 4 pieces. Should be fun. It'll be interesting. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll do a piece every week, and then we'll have another game. Electronic Monopoly is pretty cool because it does most of all the work. You just have to show up to the live with your dice and play the game. Now, Value Hunter, you didn't see the prizes that were going to be given away during the game. That's the one thing you probably did not see, or unless you did see it. But the third place prize is a 1 ounce. It's 1 ounce African leopard, which you probably won't want to show up in that guy there. You know, the camera just sucks. Anyway, that's the third place prize. The second place prize was the Port Channel round by John Wolf. It's the prototype, number 2. And then the first place prize, which I put it away somewhere, is a 1 denarius graded by, or slab by NGC. And then I'll have a bunch of Merc Dimes for the chat and stuff like that. So it worked out. Dungeons and Dragons, dude, would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, hey, Vogus is in the house. What's up? Hey, what'd you retract your message for? I didn't get to see it. I was too busy showing off stuff. In case you want to end the game, you're out of time. You see that? You're out of time. It's too late. The teams have all been chosen. Good to see you, Vogus. How are you, my friend? Perry Art says Battleship pieces too. Yeah. Bradley Heights is going to be pouring Battleship pieces. He's got that down. Yeah, man. Good to see you're safe. That's for sure. But really, Value Hunter, it's not really all about, I guess, what I, Some of it, I guess, some of the pieces will be about what I like, but I'm trying to figure out what the community would like. Some poured pieces that the community would like. Even if they like to watch me pour, I plan on setting that up and pouring something new. Lois says, Scrappy will get a box from me soon. Thanks a lot. Your gift was super amazing. Oh, man, you don't have to send me nothing back. No way, brother. You don't need to send nothing back. Sometimes people just need gifts. You know? Makes you feel good when something's cool about something cool happens. You get a cool gift in the mail. It's like Christmas, like Santa came. You don't give Santa gifts, do you? I mean, you leave cookies and milk, I guess. You didn't send me cookies and milk, though, did you? That might not be so hot in the mail. You had to like mark that perishable thing. It probably cost a lot of money. It would just be bad news. Jag Wolf, FKA J Greathouse. Welcome to the stream. I've never seen you here in the stream. So thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you're going to hang out for a bit and chit chat. This is what we do on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Let's see. Value Hunter says, how about a play on your channel name, SHTF, an old style electric fan with a pile of crap in the face? Yeah, I actually thought about that, doing something like that. That would be funny. Yeah, definitely your first time here, Jag Wolf. I definitely don't recognize your name. So welcome to the stream. I'll have to add you to my family. Of course, they don't make it easy. You got to do the old cut and paste. And then you got to go over to the old YouTube, do a search. You got coin collecting, speed skating, and aunt and niece collaborative channel. Sweet. Got 54 peeps over there, so I know everybody in my stream probably doesn't have you. So we're gonna hit the red button there and the bell. See what you're all about. Got a lot of people with the bell, but I can't always get to everybody's videos, but I'll check some out. I'll leave you up there in the tab. Thank you for stopping in. We're talking about silver or copper pouring. I got to pour 5 pieces this month. So trying to get some ideas. I got a fantastic idea for the Redneck Metals custom bar that I'm not going to tell anybody about until it debuts, and I don't even know when that's going to be. But I got to play with it to make sure it's going to work the way I think it is. Kellen L in the house, Clinton S in the house, the telephone guy. What's up, brother? We got a lot of new names in here tonight and a lot of friendly faces as well. We're hanging out with Value Hunter, Vogus, Jag Wolf, FKA J Greathouse, David Carlisle, the telephone guy, Clinton S, Kellen L, History Man's in the house, Johnny Kilo, Oz Art, Perry Art was in here as well. Jag Wolf says, do you pour on consignment? I guess I could. I'm not really at that state in the game, depending upon what it is that you're looking for. You can send me an email and we can talk about it. The only thing I don't know is, let's see if I can put a banner up here. I'll put my email up. There you go. My email is up there on the screen. If you want to send me an email, we can talk. So Kellen L says, so what am I aiming for now, SHCF? So yes, Kellen L, the giveaway king, as you will see when your 90%er arrives. That's what I wrote in the letter, Kellen L. So the next level, I've decided, you'll have to get 10 checks, and you'll get a counterstruck Benjamin, $50, Ben Franklin. So that'd be 10 checks, brother. So now you got something to aim for. And if I don't even know what to say, if you get that far, I mean, that's 20 giveaway wins in the channel. You might just, I don't know. Then I might have to just hand pour you something. I don't even know, brother. That's a crazy amount of giveaways. Yeah, look, man, my camera is going to die on my phone. I got to go before it fries out. It's turning purple. It's weird. Doesn't like being used and abused on the live stream. Everything's purple. It's like the Joker takes over. Just started happening too. Ain't that something? Count says so in 2 weeks. Yeah, the way you roll. I just got to limit it to just end of stream giveaways. That way you can only get 2 a week. Hey, what's up, Man Mountain Link? Welcome to the stream, brother. So, I know we got some new faces in here that stopped in since I already asked the question, but we're looking for ideas for pouring. I got to make 4 pieces of art this month for the next Redneck Metals auction, and I'm just interested in your thoughts and ideas. If you got anything. Value Hunter's putting grab bags together right now. And Man Mountain Links. Just throw Kellenel's stuff in my bag and give him a bag of empty stuff. He doesn't need anything. Matter of fact, pop all his coins out and just send all of the flips to him and send me the coins. That'll work out. A silver top that actually spins. Oh, that's a good one. Clinton S. with the ideas. The brain on Clinton. A top. I could probably find one that I can do. But of course, it's got to actually spin, he says. Okay. Man Mountain Links is pour a beer. Yeah, just like Caffeine Christie said, pour coffee. Coronavirus pours. Yeah, I think I should actually do. I should come up with an idea for coronavirus pour. I mean, it is kind of the thing that's going on right now, and I know Red made one, and I think it'd be cool to come up with something. So maybe I will. I'll try and have to think of that. Telephone guy says I'm working on something for silver sacks with 5 ounces of silver. All right, that's gonna be chunky. Man Mount Link says, yeah, like a dreidel, silver dreidel. Yes, coffee. It would be cool to pour a silver coffee cup and then inside the coffee cup pour copper. That would be the coffee in the cup. You see where I'm going with that? That would be interesting. Johnny Keeler says toilet paper roll. People have done that. People have done the toilet paper roll thing. I actually saw someone selling a 4-pack of the silver toilet paper rolls complete with a shrunk around thing that said something on it that was pretty funny. I forget what the quip was, but it was very inventive. But I will put you in the book for that. See what we can come up with. Got an awesome idea. It'll be easy and awesome. A clothespin and it will work. Yeah, that'd be cool, telephone guy. I think you pull that off. There's one, a hand sanitizer. Calnell wants to flex his wrench. Don't do it to Vogus though. Vogus he's got too big a heart, man. That's not cool. And Jagwolf is brand new. You're gonna scare Jagwolf off. That wouldn't be cool either. I don't like that. Oh, 710 though. What's up? You owe him one. Smash that guy. Have at it. He likes it. Johnny Kilo says a poured Corona bottle. Getting some ideas. Yeah, what's going on, 710? Welcome to the stream, bro. I don't think you've actually been in my stream before. I don't remember seeing your name unless you popped in and I just didn't see you. Did you lose me? Hey, baby. 21 minutes in the stream already. And even though I came late, talking about, let's see, a silver skull, copper crossbones. That's a cool one, Clinton S. Silver skull, copper crossbones. I thought it'd be kind of cool to take like a silver skull and drill some holes in the top of it and stuff into the eyes, and then pour copper into there as if it would like cry out of the eyeballs, and make it like, or maybe like a candle on top, but drill it out so that way when you pour the copper into the candle, it kind of went into the skull or something. I don't know, man. I don't know really how well I can, all that works out yet. I've been reading a lot, and I don't know how the metals will react to one another, especially one will be cooled down at the point, and they won't, I don't know if they'll really stick or not. Yeah, no, you got to wait on me. I know how it is. Johnny Kilo smashing the gray David Carlisle. David Carlisle timed out David Carlisle. Hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's funny, right? When you've never actually used the wrench for what its intended purposes. David Carlisle says, that was not me. Interesting. That was a fake David Carlisle. For real, for real. Because David Carlisle even smashed his own David Carlisle. I think I'm going to try the cup of coffee too with the copper in it. I don't know. I gotta talk to the guys and see what their theory is on cross contamination of the metals. I mean, I think it'll still be cool. But we'll see. We shall see. Does not look like my camera's going to make it. I'm waiting for it to just go out. Just like boom, it's done. Not working my phone anymore. StreamYard does something to it. It does not like it. And it gets hotter than heck. I bet you it's steaming hot right now. Yeah, I can feel the heat coming off of it. Yeah, actually, that's true. I guess I could put epoxy in the cup with brown coloring to make it appear as though it's coffee, and then that way you don't have that mixing of the metals. And Man Mount Link says pour two metals at the same time in the same mold. Brass and copper. Don't waste the silver. That could be interesting. It is a Note 5. Yo, what's up, Delicious Panda? Welcome to the stream, brother. I think I got your, let me think. Johnny Kilo, I sent you mail today. I think, and Delicious Panda, I sent you mail today. Calnell, I sent you mail today. That's all I see in the chat that I owed mail to. Yeah, I think that is it. Everybody else, not yet, but you may have a chance. You may have to take Callan L's wrench, and then you just have to smash him and then guess when the giveaway happens. Nah, that's not nice. I shouldn't say that. So, Delicious Panda, what kind of silver pour should I do, Delicious Panda? Since you just came in the room, what do you think? Pandas love bamboo. It could be a bamboo pour. That would be interesting. Oh, did Clinton S got to go? Yeah, all right, Clinton. If it's sleep, get some sleep. If it's work, good luck with the grind. Yeah, the camera fixed itself right now, but yeah, it keeps going purple. It's going in and out. My phone is slowly dying. It's old. A leaf. Ah, a leaf. That would be a cool one. Johnny Kilo, I have a Samsung Note 5. A leaf. So a Delicious Panda. We will try that out. Ooh, a Snowflake. Jagwolf coming up with a tough one. But actually, that might not be too bad. I could probably make it out of paper design, put it over like a piece of Lawan wood, cut that out. That'd be about a 1/4 inch thick, and that'd be a pretty nice chunky bar. And sandcast that thing. Plus, I have some wood grain in there. It might be cool. I might try that out. Oh, that's a good one too. A Lighthouse. Man, these are some good ideas. Now, you know that I'm part of the Redneck Metals crew, and clock, like a clock. And I was brainstorming for a while, like, you know, with the name Redneck. I know it's not very PC or whatever, but there's certain things when you think about that. And I was having a hard time trying to figure something out to go with that theme. But yeah, lighthouse, boat anchor, 4-leaf clover. You guys got all this nautical stuff. I'm digging it. See, Johnny Kilo, that's what I'm going with for the Redneck Metals stuff. It's probably some like that truck stuff. Dagwo says PC is overrated. Yeah, man, Lighthouse though. The Snowflake, man. The Snowflake's really got me thinking too. I like that idea. I can do a whole series of snowflakes. Mr. Doughboy 356, what's up, my brother? And of course, Johnny Kilo and the rest of the gang, and Dan Keller and Delicious Panda, Kellen L, Mr. Doughboy. I'm sure you guys would like to watch the video of that stuff, right? Maybe watch the video of the pouring. Voga says, what about making a scrapping round with a reverse and obverse? Yeah, I have a graphite mold by Bradley Height for the obverse. So I will be pouring some basic channel rounds like that. And hey, what's going on, Rhonda Tolliver? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for telling everyone to smash that like. I appreciate that. Rhonda, did you ever get your stuff? I did send your stuff out a while back, and I haven't got a chance to talk to you. I just want to make sure you received your sticker coaster sets. And Johnny Keeler says, when I think of the South, I always think of pickup trucks, guns, and a few other things. Yeah, guns. I did the one gun for the auction yesterday. And Dan Keller says, did you find out why they stuck in the mold? So when I talked to Bradley Height, he didn't test them, and he thinks what it was is that the angles were off. Because when I poured the international round, I didn't have any problem with that. And I have yet to pour the SHTF round, the correct one, in the new mold, which I'm probably going to do. I'm going to try and do it this week. And because I was able to get a little bit of silver over the weekend. So that's what seems to have been the issue. Some of the angles on the mold. Because they're hand carved, so if you don't have them just right, then the metal gets locked in, and that's what happens. So that actual graphite mold is just my push block now. I won't use it again. Poured shotgun would be cool. Yeah, I got this. I'm sure you guys saw this piece before the camera turns purple again, but. That's going out to Joe Durbin. He picked that up on the auction last night. It's a prototype piece. It's a little grainy, but I figured out some of the things that I'll make that much better on the next go round. Yeah, banjo would be cool. I like that idea. Banjo too. Banjo with an SHTF logo. Yeah, the fake David Carlisle. Rhonda said, I finally had a boy Saturday and did all mail calls. You should watch it. It's really funny what riders think he did with them. All right, yeah, I'll check it out, Rhonda. Make sure and turn off your caps. You know, caps is like all yelling in the stream. She's all about the caps. She's all about yelling it out to the people. Delicious Panda, thanks for stopping in, brother. Spending your precious minutes with us while we're talking about porn stuff. Thank you for your ideas, too. I appreciate you interacting with the chat and interacting with the topics. It's good stuff. And actually, I like these ideas. They're actually less of the one theme that I'm trying to stay. One theme on one side, and some stuff for this channel that'll be, just for my channel specifically. Oh, okay. All right, Rhonda. Well, if it's easier for you to see what you're doing, that's okay. They will know. I'll just put it out there. Look, Rhonda's not yelling at nobody. She's just blind, all right? She needs the big caps. We need to get her the Ladybug phone. That way it has the giant numbers on there. I get you there, Rhonda. I'll tell you what. I say that, right, in jest, and I'm just kidding. I mean it with all the love and respect. But as we get older, man, our eyesight does start to go. I used to never have issues with seeing, and now, man, I tell you what, if the light isn't just right on stuff, I can't see nothing. I'm like, I just can't read it. I have no idea what it says. I'm sorry. I need a flashlight. And that's because I need to bounce some light rays off of the different surfaces so I can see what the heck I'm looking at. Then start getting little dark spots. Got little light spots. They call them floaters. I don't know. Look to the left, and there's a dark moon on the side. The right's okay, but the left's not anymore. It's nuts. Hey, Floyd Baldwin. You know what, Floyd? The other night, And one of the streams I was talking about you, and I could not remember your name to save my life. I was like, the guy, I know his avatar. Sometimes he hides in the background, and then he just pops up randomly. And there you are, Floyd Baldwin. Welcome back, buddy. Glad to see you. Man, Mount Link says, my eyes are fine. My arms aren't long enough. That's all. Oh, man. Got short arms like T-Rex arms. Must make packing all those eBay items hard with the T-Rex arms. So, Floyd, we're talking about things I should pour or you'd like to see poured. If you like poured silver or copper. And I am going to do probably a bunch of copper stuff just because it's wallet friendly. That's what I call it, wallet friendly art. You know, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Still fun. Still art. It'll last forever. You'll love it. Even though copper is a little hard to work with the tabletop. You got to get it really going, and then it puts it right near the edge on your crucibles and your furnace. So they warn me it's going to burn my coils out if I keep doing it. But SHTF, I'm sending you copper and a mini Patron bottle. Ah, so you want me to make you a mini Patron bottle out of copper, huh? Let's see. Jagwolf says, ever done a boot, a spur, or a horseshoe? I have not done any of those. As a matter of fact, Bradley Height, he just poured a spur. He's got this big, crazy Mexican boot that he's going to go with it. And I believe someone else has done a horseshoe that I've seen in the community. So let's see. SHTF, is it possible to make a poured mug? Yeah. I mean, it's possible to make anything. It just takes some of the molds. It takes ingenuity. Some of it you got to get a little crazy with, which is just outside my wheelhouse right now. But I'm gonna attempt a lot of different types of pouring, not just the sand casting 2-part pieces. I like to try and get into a 3rd part. There's even pieces where you can do multiple pieces and you can solder them together with silver solder. There's even, what do they call that? Investment casting, where you would take and make something out of wax, and then you cast that into investment casting, which is like sort of like a plaster of Paris, but it's made for high heat. You put that in there, you bake it in an oven, it bakes all the wax out, then you pour inside of it, and then you get, the desired shape. And you can do like intricate stuff because it'll keep all the insides and everything, all the pieces and stuff. Jagwolf says a mask for the virus scenario. That'd be kind of interesting to do. And Floyd says, well, anything you pour is going to be unique because you made it. Well, that's true. That is true. It'll have my stamp on it. I'm the one who made it. It'd be, made by me. Claw hammer, silver railroad spike. I think someone's already done the silver railroad spike. Scrapping horn, tinker fun. How many hours you need to get monetized? I do want to do a gear, man, Mountain Link. Matter of fact, I had Phil, Bella's dad, aka Phil or whatever. I forget what his name is right now. His brother does 3D printing, and I had him print me a gear with SHTF in it. Well, he showed me the file, and I definitely think that's what I want to do. Some what do they call that? Steampunk stuff. Steampunk's a lot of gears and watches and techie stuff, skulls. I don't know how many hours I need. I need a boatload of hours, Rhonda. Like a boatload. Like, I'll be surprised if I get the hours I need before the year marker is up. I'll probably have to start over or whatever. Unless I like leave my stream on, do the sleep streams or whatever, where you just leave your stream on 24/7, people pop in. And I don't know how much risk there is into that. I don't know like what kind of trolls just roam around and just cause havoc with those things. I know Kanan does them. You'll go in there and they'll just be nothing happening. People stop in and they run. Rhonda says you need to start live streaming. Well, I do. I do 2 live streams a week. I do Monday and Thursday night for 2 hours. And Dan Keller says I could 3D print with castable resin. I would just need to order the resin in the file to print. Ah, that's cool. And that's the stuff that you can you put that? See, I don't even know how you work with that. Do you put that in an investment cast, or can you put that into? I don't even know. Could you just put? I guess you couldn't put it into a sand cast. Rhonda says having the pores on the stream, it won't take long. Dan Keller says it is a wax or wax-like. Okay. Gotcha. That was one of the things I thought about before. I'll look into it, Dan. I thought about I want to get a 3D printer. I really do. And a guy at work, he said he's got an Ender 3. And there's a website you can download all the files you want in the world. And he said there's even an easy free program out there to make your own stuff or manipulate existing ones. And I want to do that too. I think getting the castable resin would be cool because you could print it out, and then you could sand it and buff it and and smooth it all instead of having the lines. Like I've seen a couple guys do that. Golden Spartan, he makes stuff, but you can clearly see the lines, in his coins and stuff from the 3D. But you know what? That's what he does, so that's kind of cool. It fits. But I'd like to have it a little bit more refined, I think. So what kind of 3D printer do you use, Dan Keller? Oh yeah, thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, if everyone runs my playlist, that definitely helps me out. I gotta reset them because I had the episodes, but I'm gonna stop doing that. So now what I'm doing is I'm gonna set up the 4 where it's scrapping, hoarding, tinkering, and fun, and those would be the 4 things. That's why you notice like on the chit chat nights, it's always fun with a colon, and then I started the pouring, what I call that the tinkering. I'm also going to start doing the live scrapping where I just sit there and scrap out electronic stuff, talk about that, what parts to take and stuff like that. And then the hoarding stuff, we'll just be talking about coins and stacking and, and collecting too, because I do a little bit more than just that. Think coins. I know it's said that you shouldn't really go outside your genre because you lose subscribers or you lose people's interest because they're like, oh, I'm here for coins, and you're talking about pouring in this instance. But if you notice in the community, everyone seems to morph into all these bits and pieces that I kind of do a little bit of everything on. So that's why, when I set my channel the way I did, when I set my name the way I did, is so I could do it all. And anyone who comes to my channel kind of already is geared like, hey, what's he doing tonight? Is he scrapping? Is he doing, is he tinkering? Or is he just having fun? Or is he hoarding something? What's he doing? So seems to work. So Dan Keller says I have a resin-based 3D printer, any cubic photo, and an i3 any cubic printer. Photon. Man Mountain Link says Captain Photon. Pour the Energizer Bunny. That would be hilarious. How about the Noid? Oh, I should find that, the Noid. Or some of the old Smurf figures. That would be hilarious too. or even some of the old '80s McDonald's pieces. Or I want to do mussels. Matter of fact, I was down at the beach last week because they finally opened the beach up, and there was this little shop in an alleyway, and I had been talking about mussels, and I don't know if you guys remember uh, what that was, but it's these little figures, little wrestling figures from the '80s. They weren't articulate or anything, and they came with a little ring, and you just launched them at each other, and that was about the size of it. That's about all that happened. And I just happened to be walking in the shop, and that dude was just like literally bagging up little bundles of mussels, and I thought about buying some, but I didn't at the time. But yeah, little pink guys, Dan Keller said, and then they started coming out with the colored versions of. They came in like purple and blue and stuff like that. Yeah, David Carlisle. A couple of people have said cast a cat. Everyone loves the cat. I'm gonna do something with that. I think that'll be cool. Make my own custom little money cat, if you will. Man, Mountain Link says, I thought SHTF stood for something happened to Frank. Nice. Calnell wants to shoot the cat. A lot of people want to shoot the cat. They either want to steal the cat or they want to shoot the cat. Man, Mountain Link, you wanted me to cast a D-cell battery? The copper top? That could be cool. Cats are the most watched videos on YouTube. You could probably sell those. I know, right? Everyone says something about the cat. People have asked to buy it. Matter of fact, I think Johnny Kilo wanted to buy one. It's hilarious. I'm seriously going to talk to the guy that sells these cats, down at the farmer's market. Like, look, dude, I need like 20 of these cats. People want to buy them. It would be cool because I could take them apart in this one solid arm. I could probably make this little hammer, make it silver, put that in there or something. And the rest of the cat would be the regular plastic stuff, but the little hammer could be, I could recast the hammer. That would be cool. And maybe put SHTF on the side here, and then put it back in his hand. And that'd be your lucky cat with the SHTF hammer. I don't know. I'll think of something. That might be cool. Yes, David Carlisle definitely needs the silver taco. He's always throwing it out in the chat, trying to mess everybody up. That would be hilarious. So are you guys all ready? You guys going to come to the big game on Thursday? Going to watch the Stacking Kid and Dan Keller, Mr. Popzilla, and Twisted R Racing, possibly proxied by Brian's World Mechanic. See, Dan Keller says, you have a game? What do you mean I have a game? Yeah, oh yeah. Do I have a game? Yeah, of course I have a game coming up. That's all I've been talking about for like 4 weeks, for a month. And you know better. Your team blue. Team blue, Dan Keller. I think your piece is the cooler piece, Dan, because it's got like all the grain and stuff in it. Came out really cool. The camera probably won't show it though. You can almost, it's got like a Hershey Kiss kind of texture to it. Well, the camera sucks, but anyway, you'll dig it. Now it's pretty raw on the bottom. I might have to do a little rubbing on there. I got recommended not to stamp the bottom because it could mar the surface of the shoulder up here. So I'll throw it through the tumbler. It may just smooth the bottom off a little bit. But I got told not to try to stamp it. So, yeah, but it's funny. I didn't even have to antique them because the first silver piece came out really smooth. The first copper piece came out one kind of design in the copper, and then the second silver piece has that kind of textured feel to it, and then the third copper piece is even more marbleized and stuff. So, and the two copper pieces, I'm not gonna tumble them because I don't want to lose that color because it'll just ruin that. It'll just take it and just make it straight up copper. The silver ones, it'll be fine. It'll smooth the texture on the bottom out a little bit, but they'll still maintain their appearance. Yeah, I have that on the list. Cal requested a Hershey's Kiss. And Floyd Baldwin says if I'm available to watch, I will. Yeah, that'd be cool, Floyd. I got 10 Merc Dimes to give away to the chat during the game. And then I got some decent prizes for the 4 players. Well, for 3 of the 4 players. I only do the top 3, man. 4th player's on his own. It makes you work for it. I wanted to do some other pieces, but I got told not to. I wanted to do a Hershey's bar, and then I was like, I got told, well, copyright and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, really, is Hershey's going to come to me on YouTube and try to shut me down because I cast a copy of a Hershey's bar? I don't think so. And now if I was mass producing them, yeah, I could see that. But yeah, that's right, Jag Wolf. No participation trophies. If you gotta work hard, even though you're just rolling dice. But you gotta think it out, man. You can't just phone it in, It's gonna be fun, and that Denarius is a worthwhile win. You know what I mean? So, and all the players already won. They get their pieces, so that's always cool. You got something, memories. And then of course there's always a chance to play the next game. So, I do have an extra sorry piece that didn't quite come out right. I am going to try and stamp the bottom of it. I told the other pours what my idea was how to stamp them, so I thought that it wouldn't damage the piece. I'm going to try it on the messed up one and see if it does mar it up or does make do anything to it. If it doesn't, then I'm going to definitely put my stamp on there because I think everybody wants the maker's mark. So. Cal says what Hershey does see, they don't need to know. That's right. Man Mount Link says cast a dragon claw holding her first refined gold bead. That would be cool. That'd be super cool. I actually got these 2 gemstones from the community. Let's see. Now, you might not be able to really see them here, but one's a sapphire, and the other one is, I don't remember what it's called. And they're uncut, but they're clear. You can see them in the light. The sapphire is green. It's pretty cool, and the other one's like malatonite or something like that. Malonite. I don't know. One came from Kevin Rose and one came from Australia from Richo's Hunting Treasure. Richo's, yeah. And I want to actually cast a bar of maybe of Australia, and then where Richo lives, I want to put a little prong in there, and then take that sapphire, the uncut sapphire, and just bend that around there and hold that. I thought that'd be a kind of a cool thing. And then Kevin Rose is from Montana. I wanted to do the state of Montana and do the same thing with that, kind of wrap that around there. I thought that'd be kind of cool. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And then I got a couple other pouring ideas, but we'll try them out and see what happens. Maybe we'll just try them out live, and if they work, yay. If they don't, no harm, no foul. But then people will learn and go, well, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Or they go, wow, that worked out pretty cool. Maybe I can get with you, Dan Keller, and maybe we can come up with something with your 3D prints. Man Mount Link says, which state is rectangular? Do that one. Yeah. Do the easy one. Well, actually, I live in Delaware, so I'm definitely going to do at some point. I'm going to do a Delaware piece, and I'm going to stamp my 6mm stamp around the area that I live. I think that'd be cool. Or maybe I'll just do it as the capital. That'd probably be better. I don't want to give the map to my house. Here you go, guys. Come on over. Yeah, Dan, I think it'd be a cool collaboration. Now, Dan, do you design, or do you just use standard like files you find on the net? Jaguar says, I've watched several pouring videos, but how long does it take in its entirety? You mean from concept to end piece? Now, just so you know, Jaguar, I've only been doing this not very long. I did it a long time ago, like in 1989, and then I got back into it because of seeing it online here, and then I got in with Redneck Metals. I decided this year I would do it, so I've only been kind of messing around with it for maybe 2 months or so. So I would say, though, most of the time it's the idea that might take a bunch of the time, and then setting up the molds. The pouring piece is not bad at all. My furnace will heat up in like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm ready to rock. And now that I've learned more from reading this casting book, you actually don't want to, what they call, soak your metal. You don't want that to sit in the furnace too long. You don't want it to be too hot because it'll actually vaporize and boil off. So there's a little bit more science to it than I thought. I thought you just put it in there, heat it up, and go. And then I found that that's exactly what I was doing wrong with my silver, and that's why I got some porosity and other issues. Is that the silver was actually too hot, so I had to experiment with that, bringing it down about 150 degrees. I had it way too hot, so it's a learning experience. But that's why I want to share that kind of stuff with you guys. And it can be nerve-wracking when you pull out that crucible and it's almost 2,200 degrees, glowing red. You want to make sure you got steady hand. You got and definitely want to have gloves on because shit gets hot really fast. So I would say yes, Jaguar. Sorry, I know it's long-winded and stuff, but the mold is probably the most time-consuming. Yes, and if you don't set your mold up correctly, the piece will fail. You have to set vent lines in, and if they're just done wrong, it just messes up. Plus, sometimes when you pour your sprue in, if you don't have the right gapping and stuff like that. The metal it will actually kind of back up on itself, and then once it does, it'll start to cool, and then it dams up, and then that's it. It just and then you got to start the whole process over. So it can be kind of a pain in the ass, and it sucks when you got to do the same piece 3 or 4 times because the mold just doesn't want to work. So let's see. Dan Keller says, I'm not too good with Fusion 360, but can do a little. I download most of my prints. Okay, that's cool. I was just curious. I've never done any of it, so my hat's off to anybody that's sculpting in 3D on a computer. Cal says, a little heat's not too bad. Yeah, that's true. A little heat's not too bad. Man Mount Link says, do a socket. That would be difficult. Maybe a 1/4-inch Craftsman ratchet. Yeah, I know Redneck Metals Group, they want me to do a wrench. So I might try that. Jagwolf says, sounds like too much work. I'll just buy the finished product. Cal says, worse. I've been in was around 3,500 degrees. Yeah, I worked at a steel mill for a while, Kellen, and on the melt side, that shit was hot, man. I mean, that blast furnace was insane hot. I'm surprised people didn't die in that place. They had like giant cauldrons way up like 40 feet in the air coming across, and these giant, castings of steel. And it was like all it takes is one of them things to fail, and it just douse you in molten steel. You'd be toast. But I'll be putting some pieces up here on my streams for y'all. Now I got some good ideas. Eight people watching, an hour in. Cal says that was in a structural burn. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're a fireman. Dave Carlos says Bradley Height already did a mod wrench. Yeah, that's what I thought. He did a spark plug too. That was pretty cool. The only piece that I have made, which is getting ready to be sent out to American Silver Patriot, is this little bear trap. Of course, my screen's purple, but it's got my logo in the center, and it's like 2 little. They kind of look like they have teeth, like would snap shut. Little bear trap. And I made that on a whim. A YouTuber reached out to me saying they wanted to do a trade for some silver, and I was like, "Yeah, cool, man. Yeah." And then I just had that brainstorm, like, "Oh, you know what? A little bear trap would be awesome." And then, but then I haven't heard back from them. Haven't seen any mail, so not sure what the dealio is. And that was actually a bunch of work to carve all that and do all that and set it all up. Let's see. Dave Carl says Red did a nut and a bolt. Yeah, that's right. Cal says it was bad. Gear started to fail. I got steam burn. That sucks. Yeah, Mountain Link was there. It's the gummy bear trap. That's right. That is the gummy bear trap. Tiny. Hopefully I'll get some time this week. Maybe I can get get something together and get something poured. I'm trying to ease back a little bit until after Thursday because I got to spend some time setting that up and getting that right. That way, Thursday night game night is rocking and rolling. John Isabella, welcome to the stream. Now, John, I don't think you've been in here before, but I do recognize you. I've seen you somewhere else before, definitely another stream or another channel. So I know that you're not new, but just maybe new to my stream. Dan Keller says just started printing me a Maniki Nico Lucky Cat, but no moving arm, sadly. Oh yeah, that special moving arm. John Isabel says I've been here before. Well, okay. I have been corrected. Then maybe I know you from here. Now, I'm sure I know you from somewhere else too, though. Has it been a little bit, John? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why I'm saying that. So what's the good word, John? We're talking about things to pour. Got any ideas? Since you're you just stepped in. When I mean pour, we're talking pouring silver, pouring copper. We would talk about that, talk about some 3D printing. Cal says, yeah, John's been here before. There you go. That's probably, I know your name and stuff, so it's probably just been a while, that's all. Cal says, pouring shots. Yeah. It's funny you say a silver shot glass. I was actually thinking about how I would sandcast a silver shot glass, and I could easily do it. Well, not easily. I mean, I got to get that glass totally full, and then I got to get it to adhere to the base and be able to then then sand over the top, pull that off, pull the other piece off, and then you got to set the venting right, and that might be the downfall. So, but I think that, yeah, man, like I think definitely doable. Kellenel's like, I hardly drink. I got too many guns in my house. Might shoot off my big pinky toe. Can't take a chance. John Isabel says, I have some kilos of silver shot. I just need a furnace. Ah, that sounds like a party. They call that a pour party, John. You can make all kinds of cool stuff. I got 50 pounds of Petrobond and a furnace. Maybe I need to grab a couple handful more flasks. That way I can set up a whole series of molds. And then get the big, I probably have a 1 kilo crucible. And just pour, go like crazy. Now I don't know if there's is there lag between us and the chat? I wonder. Or is the chat sleeping? Or am I buffering? Am I buffering, people? Let's see. Go to my channel. Make sure I'm not buffering. It doesn't look like I'm buffering. Cal says, got to find someone to make up a Patron label for the bottle. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. I think that online they make that transfer stuff that you can use for like model cars and stuff. Might be able to find a sheet of that, print it, find it on the net, or take a picture, cut it out, and then you know, print it like a photo and then cut that out of the transfer stuff. You wet that stuff down and then transfer it over. It might be kind of cool. Might be able to even carve that in there, Cal. That might be neat. Man Mountain Link says boring, not buffering. Yeah. Hey man, they can't all be wins. You got to take a couple losses sometimes, but it can't be too bad. You are hanging out here. Of course, you do live in the mountains, so maybe you ain't got much more to do. John Isabel said no lag from what I see. Yeah, everyone seems to say no, no lag. Nothing going on here except for the camera sucks. Jaguar says, "Oh snap, getting crazy in here." So let's see the list tonight that we came up with. A top that actually spins, a toilet paper roll, a poured Corona bottle, silver skull, a copper crossbones, a cup of coffee, a leaf, lighthouse, a clock, four-leaf clover, a boat anchor, snowflake, a banjo with a SHTF logo. And there was a handful of other things that I've already seen other people do, so I didn't really write those down. And some people have probably already done some of these things, but I think that I could work with these and definitely make them my own. So that'd be cool. Jimmy Lacari in the house. What up? The Purple Grimace of YouTube has arrived. So glad you can make it. Team SHTF. All right, David, we'll be here. We got about 24 minutes left in the stream. I know I gypped you guys a little bit tonight. It's not fair, but there's car troubles, man. I had to take care of them. Can't make it to work if you got problems with the car. It's not good. Kellen L says the birthday candle numbers. That'd be interesting. Maybe a birthday cake. A whole cake. Nothing but the cake. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Purple Grimace in the house. Jimmy Lacari, we talked about silver pours, man. What kind of silver or copper pours would you like to see me do? Got any ideas? We're brainstorming. John Isabel says, what problems the car and what kind of car? 2012 Dodge Caravan. The driver's side window decided to fall inside the door suddenly. So that tells me that there is either some plastic clips that broke on the door opener closer or some type of a spring mechanism or a cable or something. So now the window is stuck in the freaking door. So that was kind of a mess. Trying to mess around with that. John Isabella says, need a new regulator. Maybe that might have been what sounded like it went pow. But you can if you try to roll the door if you try to roll the window up, it still makes noise as if it's trying. But like I said, the window just who knows. Gonna have to take the whole thing apart, try and figure it out. Probably gonna take it to work, take it to the shop across the street, have them look at it. Jimmy LaCar says, "What about a pour of a solid pyramid or a starfish?" Oh, gotcha. Is that what it is? So the regulator probably snapped. It's probably the motors or whatever snaps off. All the plastic clips break. And that's why it sounds like it falls into the door, like the glass broke. But I don't think the glass broke because we moved the door around. It doesn't sound like it, and it would have shattered the whole thing. So starfish. Let's put the starfish. I was looking at some starfish down there at the beach, thinking about that, trying to look at them. Those like sand dollars and some different seashells. So I'll mention that to them. The mechanic there, John. It probably needs a new regulator. Hopefully, it's not $1 billion. It's got 175,000 miles on it. John says motor still works, so it's the plastic clips or the metal wire lifters. Yeah, I was thinking it's probably the metal wire lifters myself, but because when I kind of looked down into the door, I could see like there was something like that, some kind of wire thing sticking up. But they could be attached with the plastic clips, so it could be it could be a number of things until I get the door panel off and visually look at it. It's funny how they just put those little plastic C clips in there and they just dry out after time and boom, just break. And it's probably like a $5 part, and it'll probably charge me like $300 to fix it. I had a problem with the computer before. The fuel pump wouldn't work anymore. It just stopped. But the fuel pump was working because I was able to jump it out. And I found that there was a start relay in there. So I took the whole damn thing apart, desoldered the old relay, put a new relay in there, and it's worked fine ever since. Relay cost me about $4. It took me about 2 hours to do it. And the dealer wanted to charge me $1,500. So, Man Mountain Lake says, problem is SHTF wants to be unique. Hard to think of something no one has done before. Makes my head hurt. Poor Stonehenge. Man Mountain Lake says, yes, new cars suck. Yeah. Stonehenge would be kind of cool. Or maybe Easter Island, those little guys that sit out there. There's a name for them, but I don't know what their name is. Stonehenge. Could do each piece. Stonehenge. Easter Island. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm sure someone's done those pieces, but who cares? John says, always check fuses and relays first. Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, John, those relays were the board and the Dodge, and probably may not, because at least in the Dodge, it's about 5 layers deep. So you got to pull it apart. You got to take the whole thing out, pull it apart, pull all these wiring harnesses off of it, take all the fuses out, and there's onboard soldered relays all the way in the bottom of that thing. And then they even had a heat shield over half of them because I was going to replace them all, figuring, you know what? I bought a whole bunch just in case. I'll just replace them all. I won't have to do this again, but I didn't want to take the heat shields and all that stuff because I was like, everything's working. Jag Wolf says a sword or a lightning bolt. Sword or lightning bolt. Lightning bolt would be pretty cool. Sword would be too. I had to find a cool sword. John says never own a Chrysler. You're not missing much, man. They eat tires and they eat brakes like they're like a bowl of cereal. They just crunch right through them. It's ridiculous. I'll probably do. Maybe I'll attempt to fix the window myself. Do a tinkering video. Pull that sumbitch apart and figure it out. If it don't work, I'll send it to the junkyard. Nah, actually, if it don't work, I'll take it to the shop. Oh, you had a K car back in the day. Gotcha. I'm not sure if I had a K car because the Geo Storm was a K car. Yeah, well, I know, man, Mountain Link. When you're working on cars, man, you gotta talk to them. A little rough sometimes. You gotta cuss a lot. That usually gets the bolts in place. Uh, your snap rings and all that, they go in way better. The more F bombs you drop, the better they go in. And then a lot of times you got to get a bigger hammer. Just got to get a bigger hammer. You just carry a bigger hammer, no matter what. That's how you intimidate the parts to get in where they got to go, or get out of wherever you're trying to get them out of. It's true. It's very true. Man, Mount Link says first car was a '70 Plymouth Duster, slant 6. My first car was a '72 Chevelle with a 350 small block. And that's the A-frame. Yeah, man, bigger hammer is always better. So I got the 16-pound sledge. And I tell you what, someone told me to put my my Counter-Strike on the $50. They said that I think Bradley Height said he used a 12-pound sledgehammer. He said that way he only had to barely hit it, and it put his stuff in there. And here I was using a 3-pound maul, and I would hit that thing, and it had like a lot of deflection. So I was worried about using the big hammer. But I'll tell you what, man, I picked up that 16-pounder and no deflection at all, and it put the stamp right in there, nice and perfect. John says I worked at a used car dealership when I was a kid. Must have had 24 cars when I was young. I just buy new now. Yeah, I was like that too, John. I had all kinds of crazy cobbled together vehicles, and now I get new cars. They don't make the new ones like the old ones anyway. The old ones didn't have as many working parts. New ones have so much going on, so many electronics. It's like, you spill a drink in your car and it might catch on fire. It's kind of crazy. See, man, Malinx had never had a new car. John Isbell says, everything not worth selling on the lot I got then. Oh, gotcha. If it wasn't worth selling, you got it. Well, I bet you learned a lot about cars and stuff. See, I'm thinking about this van too. It's like, I'm a scrapper, man. That'd be a first full teardown of a minivan. I'll go to town on that bad boy. I'll separate her all out. Get the most out of my money. I'll just bring a flatbed up there and just take her from the ground to the flatbed, piece by piece. Of course, I probably wouldn't make out. I'd probably lose. Yo, what's up, Stacking Kid? Welcome to the stream. Team Yellow in the house. Team Yellow is in the house. So is Team Blue. We got 2 out of the 4. Looks like Team Red is actually live right now. And it's very possible that Team Green is on a private StreamYard chat for the next 10 minutes. They're usually on 9 to 11. John says, I was a mechanic at the lot when I was 16. Yeah, it's amazing what people can learn when they're put in a certain situation. You're probably a very mechanically inclined person, John. Some people just have a knack for that stuff, which is awesome too. I always find when you got those brilliant engineers that can't tie their own shoes, though, they're so smart they can't get it out of their own way kind of deals. And then you got, book smart people, and usually book smart people are that way. They can't get it out of their own way. And you got people that look at books like they're in Greek, but they can put together anything with their hands. John says, I'm now an engineer. So Jagwolf says, explain this highly anticipated game, please. Well, Jagwolf, if you are familiar with the game Sorry, it's a board game that you probably would have played when you were younger. It consists of 4 game pieces and 4 players. Each player has 4 game pieces. You start out in basically your home base. You have to draw cards to get out of your home base, and then you work your way around the board, rolling the dice, drawing cards. And the idea is to knock the other players off the board and send them back to their home base. And once you get all the way around the board, you got to exit. And then you got to get all 4 of your pieces out, and then you win the game. So what I did is I did custom poured Sorry pieces. And people donated to the channel for a chance to win those. And part of the stipulation was if you won a piece that you have to be there on June 4th to play the game. We're going to play the game live. Then we're going to have giveaway prizes for all the players and for people in the chat. And it's a game of talking smack and just having fun, Something I thought would be something that I thought would be cool, and I think it is going to be cool. David Carlos says, I can't take anything apart. I can put some things back together. Man Link says, I found a 1973 copy of Sorry last time I was out. Oh, that's cool, man. Sometimes there are extra parts. Hey, if you're working on a car and you don't have a bucket full of extra bolts and stuff, you're not doing it right. That's how it always seemed. Like, what are these extra things? We don't need them. John says, David, I'm the same way. I started taking engines apart when I was 12, single-cylinder engines. Oh, yeah, like little lawnmower engines and stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty good, David Carlisle, taking things apart, putting them back together for the most part. What's funny, right, is that you don't realize some of the science behind putting stuff back together. Like if you don't have the correct torque settings and stuff will fail. It amazes me on some of the stuff with foot pounds or inch pounds. You go to put a screw in there, like there's no way this thing's tight enough. But if you crank down on it, they'll snap or they'll back themselves out and fall out. But if you just put the torque that recommended by the manufacturer, it'll be perfect. It won't even move. I don't know why that is, but I bet you John Isabella can tell you. He's an engineer. Second kid said, so I may not be able to make the first 10 minutes because I had baseball 15 minutes beforehand. I could probably make it, but I'll set up a proxy just in case. All right, yep. You better do that, Stacking Kid, because there is a second place winner on that stream. And you would not want... oh, that would be Kellen L. So, Stacking Kid, if you don't show up, Kellen, your piece and stuff moves to Kellen L. So, don't forfeit, brother. Jaguar says, I'm book smart and can't boil water. LOL, being a girl, it's great having 3 brothers for mechanics. There you go. Well, that's all you need to do is make sure all the books are right and put them to work. But it is funny how that really can be. I mean, when you get someone that's book smart, pretty book smart and mechanically inclined, they're a rare breed. A lot of times it's not that way. A lot of times it's one or the other, heavily one or the other. Calnell says, huh? Floyd Baldwin says, tore the engine out of a motorcycle in the living room. No extra parts. Everyone at work wondered how I did it. Oh. Maybe you're meticulous. Do you have OCD? Did you lay out everything, number it all, take lots of pictures? Or do you have a photographic memory? Maybe you have that. Oh, yeah, by the way, Stacking Kid, we were talking about pours. That's the topic of the night. And my question to you is, what kind of things do you think I should try and pour with my silver pouring and copper pouring? Yeah, you definitely don't want to confuse foot pounds and inch pounds. If it says inch pounds, use foot pounds, man, you want to strip that crap out of that thing. Probably break stuff. John Isabel said, I've had problems with head bolts walking out because they didn't have a torque wrench. Yep. Yeah. And if you don't use the proper lubrication on those bolts too, that can happen. If you don't use used head bolts because they stretch, it's a bad practice. And believe it or not, the proper lubrication for putting head bolts in is KY jelly. Or is it Vicks? Not Vapor Rub, but the other. Yeah, KY jelly. Stacking Kid says silver bars, but making an actual model drink bar. Oh, like a bar, like you would sit and drink. That's pretty funny. I like to play on words, Stacking Kid. Silver bar. Patron bottle can go on that silver bar. That's interesting. Floyd Baldwin said that bar might take a lot of silver. Oh, that's true. Good. John Isabel says ARP has its own lube for head bolts and studs. Yeah, it does. But a lot of the engine books I read said you could just use that. Petroleum jelly, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, just petroleum jelly. That's all you need. A little bit of petroleum jelly on there. Sets you right up with the proper torquage. Dave Carlos says I rebuilt a Volkswagen engine in my living room floor. Man, Mount Link says I'd rather use what John said. They don't sell KY jelly in my AutoZone. That's true. You got to go to like your local grocery store and get it. Stacking Kid, when I put stuff together, I've noticed that there are always extra parts put in by the manufacturer. That's right. Exactly. What are all those extra parts for? Stupid snaps and extra screws and bolts and cover plates and shit. No one needs that stuff. John says, I only use ARP hardware for heads, mains, and rods now. Yep, that's what I used for my stuff, was ARP stuff as well. Quality stuff, man. I wouldn't use anything else, so that stuff coming out of China, man. Them bolts will break off, and you'd be in a world of hurt. And even if they say they're grade 8 bolts, I don't believe it. I don't trust their quality assurance. All right, let's see. Well, guys, it is 11 o'clock. And you know what that means. It's time for me to get off of here. But before I go, I want to say it's been a pleasure talking with the Stacking Kid, Kellen L., Man Mountain Link, John Isabella, David Carlisle, Dan Keller, and whoever else may be lurking in the chat. But I'm going to do the end of stream giveaway, so hold on to your hats. I'm going to go grab a random quarter out of the jug, and we're going to do it by state. Dan Keller, hold on, brother. I got the quarter. Let's see if I can see the state. I see it. Have Kitty watch it. All right, on my go. Everyone's saying goodnight. Got to bounce for luck. End of stream giveaway. Here it goes. As many guesses as you want. One guess per line. Yeah, it's states and go. Come on, come on, come on. Put in them states. No abbreviations. I'm making you work it. Not yet. Nope, nope, nope. Not seeing it. Canada. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna. Sweden. Never gonna. Never gonna. And stop. Stop, stop, stop. It was Vermont. 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 I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely Vermont. And that would be Johnny Kilo. Johnny Kilo. He's got the Vermont. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, it's definitely Vermont. Johnny Kilo is the winner. And Johnny Kilo, I believe, gets a check. Yes, he does. Johnny Kilo. Congrats. You get a check, brother. You're working on that 40, brother. All right, guys. Well, as I always say, have a fantastic week. I'll see you on Thursday night at 9 o'clock for the big game, 9 to whenever, because I'm taking off on Friday, so it's going to be a party. We are going to have a blast. So come if you can. Stay if you can. Swing by and just say hi if you can. It was fantastic to see some new faces. Always a pleasure to see old faces. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. All right. Thanks for spending your precious time with me. This is Scrapping Horror and Tinkering Fun. And I'll see you next time. Later.